1 in 7 men has 0 close friends. Not one. And that number has quadrupled in the last 30 years. You might be one of them, and you probably don't talk about it. Because men don't. We lose our friends quietly. One by one, the group chat dies. The calls stop. The circle shrinks. And then one Tuesday night, you're sitting alone, and you realize you have nobody to call. Not for help, not for fun. Nobody. Seneca wrote about this 2,000 years ago, and what he said will change how you think about loneliness forever. Here's what nobody tells men about loneliness. It's not about being alone. Some of the loneliest men alive are married, employed, surrounded by people all day. They have co-workers, neighbors, family, but they don't have a single person who actually knows them. Not the performance, not the "I'm good" man, the real them. Women tend to maintain deep friendships throughout their lives. Men don't. After college, after the military, after whatever tribe you had in your 20s, it dissolves. You get busy, you move, you focus on your career, your relationship, your responsibilities. And friendship becomes the thing you sacrifice first because it feels optional. But the Stoics knew it wasn't optional. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, they all wrote about friendship as essential to a good life. Not a luxury, not a nice to have, a requirement. And they had a framework for building real connection that most modern men have never considered. Seneca wrote, "The primary indication of a well-ordered mind is a man's ability to remain in one place and linger in his own company." Plain English. Being comfortable alone is a strength. Being unable to connect is a wound. These are two completely different things, and most men confuse them. Here's the confusion. A lot of men tell themselves they're fine alone. They call it independence, self-reliance, not needing anyone. And sometimes that's true. Solitude can be powerful. Marcus Aurelius retreated into his own mind regularly and called it one of the great gifts of being human. But there's a difference between choosing solitude and hiding in it. The man who's alone because he's grounded and at peace, that's strength. The man who's alone because he's terrified of being known, because vulnerability feels like weakness, because he's been burned before and decided nobody can be trusted. That's not strength. That's a fortress built out of fear. The Stoics valued solitude enormously, but they also knew that a man who cannot form deep bonds is not self-sufficient. He's trapped. True self-sufficiency includes the ability to open up, to be known, to trust wisely. It means you don't need people to complete you, but you choose connection because life is richer with it. The habit that breaks this: be honest with yourself. Ask, am I alone by choice or by default? If every friendship in your life has faded and you haven't replaced them, that's not independence. That's drift. Recognizing it is the first step. Seneca wrote, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." Plain English. You don't need 100 friends. You need one person you don't perform for. One person who sees the real version of you. That changes everything. Modern men have been sold a lie about networking. You're supposed to have a huge circle. You're supposed to know people in every industry, every city. Your LinkedIn has 500 connections. Your Instagram has followers. But when something real happens, a diagnosis, a divorce, a breakdown, who do you actually call? Seneca was one of the wealthiest, most connected men in Rome. He knew senators, emperors, generals. But in his letters, he kept coming back to one thing: the value of a single true friend. He wrote that a real friend is someone you trust as completely as you trust yourself. Someone you can think aloud with. Someone who tells you the truth when it's uncomfortable. Most men haven't had that since they were teenagers. And the reason is simple. Real friendship requires vulnerability. It requires saying, "I'm struggling," or "I don't know what I'm doing," or "I'm not okay." And men have been trained, generation after generation, to never say those words. The Stoics weren't emotionally shut down. Marcus Aurelius wrote openly about the men who shaped him, his tutors, his mentors, his friends. He listed them by name in the first book of Meditations and described what each one taught him. He wasn't ashamed of needing people. He was grateful. The habit that breaks this. Think of one person in your life, current or lapsed, who you respect and feel safe around. Reach out this week, not with small talk. Say something real. "Hey, I've been thinking, and I realize I don't have many people I can actually talk to. I'd like to change that." Most men are waiting for someone else to go first. Be the one who goes first. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Plain English. If you can discipline yourself to work out, to build a career, to show up every day, you can discipline yourself to maintain friendships. You just haven't made it a priority. Yet. Here's the paradox. Men will wake up at 5 a.m. to train. They'll grind 70-hour weeks for a promotion. They'll track their macros, their investments, their screen time. But they won't schedule a single phone call with a friend. They won't drive 30 minutes to sit across from someone and have a real conversation. They won't invest any effort into the relationships that actually determine whether they'll be happy. The Stoics treated friendship as a practice, not a feeling. You don't wait until you feel like calling someone. You build the habit of showing up. You make it non-negotiable, the same way you make your health and your work non-negotiable. Seneca wrote letters to his friend Lucilius constantly, not because he had nothing better to do, but because he understood that friendship atrophies without attention. You wouldn't skip the gym for 6 months and then wonder why you're out of shape. Don't skip your friendships for 6 months and wonder why you're lonely. The habit that breaks this, put it on the calendar. Once a week, reach out to one person with intention. Not a meme, not a forwarded link, an actual message or call. Ask how they're doing. Share something real about your own life. Treat it like a workout for your soul, because it is. The Stoics didn't leave friendship to chance. They treated it as essential maintenance for a good life. Here's your assignment this week. This one requires courage. Step 1. Write down the names of 5 men you've been close to at some point in your life. They can be current friends, old friends, former teammates, colleagues, anyone you once had a genuine bond with. Step 2. Circle the one you miss the most. The one where, if the friendship came back tomorrow, your life would be measurably better. Step 3. Send them a message today. Not, "Hey bro, what's up?" Something with weight. "I was thinking about you, and I realized I let this friendship slip. That's on me. I'd like to fix that." That's it. No essay. No pressure. Just honesty. Step 4. If they respond, schedule something real. A call, a meal, a walk. Not a text thread. Something where you can actually connect. And when you're there, practice what the Stoics practiced. Be honest. Say what you're actually thinking. Drop the performance. Most men won't do this, not because they don't want to, but because it feels vulnerable. And vulnerability is the one weight most men refuse to lift. But the Stoics understood that the bravest thing a man can do isn't fight an army. It's tell another man, I need this friendship, and I think you do too. You were not designed to do this alone, not by biology, not by philosophy, not by any wisdom tradition that's ever existed. The Stoics, the toughest philosophers who ever lived, put friendship at the center of a good life. Not wealth, not status, not achievement. Connection. Seneca didn't write his greatest works alone in a tower. He wrote them as letters to his closest friend. Marcus Aurelius didn't build his character in isolation. He built it through the men who mentored him, challenged him, and held him accountable. You have the same need, and pretending you don't isn't strength. It's the thing that's slowly hollowing you out. Make the call. Send the message. Go first. The worst that happens is silence. The best that happens is you get a piece of your life back that you didn't know you were missing. If this helped you, hit subscribe and stay close. Drop a comment below. What hit hardest? I read every reply. We're building this together.